Welcome to a dealer only auction. Today I gambled and I have no idea if I won or lost, and you are gonna find out with me. I was just in the auction and I didn't buy anything special. 2015 Chevy Tahoe LTZ, 129,000 miles, sold red light, which means as is. I paid $12,800. I started bidding on it at $10,000, which is crazy cheap. I know nothing about this. I raised my hand as the truck was leaving because even if it needs an engine or a transmission, it's worth it. We're gonna go over to it now. You're gonna come with me and find out if we won or lost and see what we have to do to this thing after we purchase it. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get going. Hey, so welcome to a dealer only auction. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. In order to get into a dealer auction, you need a dealer's license. And sometimes you can score big. Sometimes you're gonna lose big. And I might have done one or the other. I have no idea. It's a very fast-paced place. Things are just hustling and hustling. If you've ever heard an auctioneer, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-one, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-two, it goes by really quickly, and the impulse builds. Well, I was looking at a vehicle 2 lanes over when I saw this Chevy Tahoe from afar pulling out. Now, it's a new body style Chevy Tahoe, LTZ, 129,000 miles. I could see it up on the screen, and it was cheap. I mean, real cheap. I don't care what's wrong with it. It was worth me raising my hand. Now, sometimes I can gamble and win. Sometimes I can gamble and lose. I have no idea what I have done yet. We're walking over the car to find out. Started raising my hand at 10 grand. Someone else started bidding. Then I started bidding. Now I'm caught into the bidding war. It's in my head mentally. Now I want to win this thing. I don't even know anything about it. All I did was see it leave the auction lane. That's it. I know it's missing a wheel, like it had a spare on it. I know it drove out. So it's right there. Let's go find out. Now what you see behind me is the bank repo lane. Usually the lemons. People neglect these things. They can't pay for them, so they neglect the repairs. They crash them. They don't have the appropriate insurance. They just stop paying for it. The bank takes them back and they run them through the repo lane. That's not a good sign. That is what this Tahoe is in. It's in the repo lane. Here it is right here, right there. Let's check it out. All right, so like I said, I knew it was missing a wheel. Before I even jump into this video, let's see if the original wheel is in here. Please be in here, please be in here, please be in here, please be in here. For frig's sake. All right, off to a bad start. Let's see if the hatch works. The hatch does work. Now, again, this body style, a 2015 LTZ Tahoe with 129,000 miles, easily a $20,000+ car. I paid $12,800 plus auction fees, so I own it for right around $13,000. I bought it from the bank at the auction. Now the body doesn't look that bad. I mean, this side looks pretty good, and this is kind of what I went off from 40 feet away as it was leaving the auction block. We do have a little bit of rust right here. We are from New England, that's normal. Some scuffs. Somebody keyed the car all the way down the side. It's not deep though. That can be polished out with some paint correction. All right, carpets. Ooh, what the heck is up with this? What happened here? Kind of smells like a monkey's butt. All right, someone little was sitting here. Power seat works. That is a good sign. Oh, gosh darn it. Come on, man. How do people live like that? Like, what? Do they sit down with razor blades in their pockets? Jeez, I'm crow. All right, if this works, I will be incredibly surprised. First of all, if it starts, I'll be incredibly surprised. Let's start there. Good sign. Now, these 5.3s have an active fuel management system, or displacement on demand, AFM or DOD. It's basically a 4-cylinder shutdown, and it is catastrophic in these Chevy 5.3 engines. I'm talking about like premature cam wear, lifter problems, all kinds of issues with these things, and they usually run like hell. This one, no check engine lights, and it seems quiet and smooth. And the display works? This is a weird display though. That's not a typical Chevy display. Huh, that looks strange. The sunroof works? Oh my goodness. Sometimes I gamble and win. And it's not a gamble, it is. But it's a calculated risk, I call it. I know what this is worth. So, worst case scenario, engine or transmission, I'm pretty sure I'll be okay. Let's try this thing. You know what's cool too? Even though I'm missing a wheel, I have so many sets of wheels that fit this vehicle because I always save them when I get them. All right, reverse worked. That is a great sign. First to second. me do first and second. Let's try again. Oh my goodness, it shifted from first to second. Sounds like it needs brakes. Does the four-wheel drive work? First put it in neutral. We put it in four-wheel high. And now we will put it in four-wheel low. Listen for the engagement. Oh, I heard it engage. When testing four-wheel drive, you can test it quickly on pavement to like make sure it works, but you don't want to be driving in four-wheel low on pavement. Oh my God, four-wheel drive works. I really think I might have scored. We're talking like potential $8,000 profit on this thing. All right, the auction is over. All right, Papa Al, who has several million views on YouTube and Instagram right now, I want to recap what happened today. I bought a 2015 Chevy Tahoe LTZ that was running through the lane, 2 lanes over from me. The fees, I paid $13,140, which is an absolute steal. I never saw the car, so I bid on it without seeing it. I just got the title back, and it was a repossession. There is an affidavit of repossession for the sum of $43,583, but the lien dated on May of 2020. So she paid $43,000 for it with 88,000 miles in 2020. Fast forward 2 years later, I paid $13,000 for it. But there's a kicker. I'm gonna go show you. There she is, right there. She's not terribly ugly, but she's not terribly pretty. Hop in, let's see if it starts again. I'll drive you to our other pickup for the day. You know the game. Will it start again? I think I got a winner. Here you go, 2018 Nissan Armada, 107,000 miles. I hope to get a Tesla soon and add it to my video collection. We haven't done a Tesla video for the Ferrari Flip series. I also looked at this Mustang, but too much money. Here's another one that I paid short money for because gas prices are high, right? So people don't want big gas guzzling cars like a Nissan Armada. So you can steal these things. Now the price you save on these versus like a Nissan Rogue, which is the same price, you get all this, like such a nicer car, better fit, better finish, better quality, and a full size than you would like a 4-cylinder because the demand on 4-cylinders is high, whereas these, not so much anymore. So the prices come down, so you get more bang for your buck out of these. This car keeps getting better and better. The AC is ice cold. Ice cold. Everything works on this car. Unbelievable. It's just a little rough around the edges. All right, spoiler alert, I'm gonna let you in on a little dealer secret. If you're a dealer, you definitely wanna listen up. If you're not a dealer, I'm gonna teach you how we price our cars. Like, how do I price in my trade-ins? How do I look at cars at the auction and figure out what they're worth? How did I know what this Tahoe is worth to buy? How do I know what it's worth wholesale? How do I know what it's worth retail? Like, I can't just know all these things. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, all of you guys, right now. All right, I'm gonna let you in on a little dealer secret. So if you're a dealer and you don't know about this, listen up. If you're not a dealer and you wanna hear about our secrets, also listen up. I've been talking about gambling or calculated risk. Like, how am I buying cars without doing my research, without knowing? There's no way I can know the value of every single car. When I first started in this business, we were like legit flipping through NADA books to see what cars were sold for. It was very inefficient. I also knew what I could kind of sell a car for, so I based what I would buy it for off what I could sell it for, which is also inefficient, and that is a gamble. Well, now we're in the cell phone age. I mean, everything's at our fingertips. So all the technology is right here. And this is how I figure out what I'm paying for cars. And it's through app-based data. Now, when I first started, I learned everything through the MMR pricing, Manheim Market Reports, which is basically an auction value over the past 30 days. But that's just one auction platform, and it doesn't give you the whole picture. It doesn't tell you where the market is based on a lot of factors. It's just telling you what cars have sold for at their auctions in the past 30 days. Well, there are other apps that I use that are way more efficient and way more helpful. And every time I'm at the auction, I use it all day. And everything I buy has been scanned through this app. What is it, Craig? Will you please just give us the answer? Here it is in my little dealer folder on my phone, the VIN scanner through Laser Appraiser, which does so much more than just scan VINs, but I'm gonna give you an idea of how I use it and how I know what things are worth and what they're selling for, as well as what I should pay for them. So it's as simple as me just clicking on the Laser Appraiser app on my phone. So I'll click on the Laser Appraiser app on my phone, and it gives me multiple options. I can scan the VIN, but it's not just like barcodes, which is what a lot of apps usually are. What am I talking about, Craig? Well, on every car
there is a barcode. Like right down here, you'll see that QR code, and a lot of cars before that had legit barcodes. This is the VIN right here. And it's also in other spots like this down here. You'll see the VIN right there and a QR code right there. And then older cars like this right here will have a barcode, which is the easiest to scan. Now, there are a lot of apps out there that will just scan barcodes. They won't do anything else. What's cool about Laser Appraiser is it figures out the entire VIN based on digits or QR codes or barcodes. It's really incredibly smart. So if I just hit the scan button right here, I can actually scan the VIN. It will get the numbers of the car right there. And then it comes up with my values, and not just my MMR, because I was saying you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You don't want just one value. Now that I have it pulled up, I can type in the mileage of the Tahoe, which is 129,000 miles. I'm going to hit next, and I'm going to go down, and it's going to load the values. Now, before I even do that, I want to show you something else that's really, really awesome about this app. Now, I'm in a Cadillac Escalade. I'm not in a Tahoe. I already scanned the Tahoe and it's not near me. I don't remember what the car is. So I can go to my history button right here, click on it and pull up my history. I can even filter it by year. So I can scroll down to 2015, and this is how many cars I scan through all the time. I can scroll to 2015 and see 2015 Chevy Tahoe. If I look it up here, I can change the mileage to 129,000 miles. And it will tell me that the LTZ with 129,000 miles has a retail value of $29,000. If I scroll down to Mannheim, it tells me the MMR is 18.7 and adjusted retail is 25.9. I can go down to auto auctions, I can go down to Black Book, I can go down to JD Power, and I can also go to Kelley Blue Book. All of these are amazing options. So not just looking at MMR, I'm looking at all the values across all of the platforms. It gets even better than that. If I have a Carfax account, I can log in my Carfaxes and pull my Carfaxes from my Laser Appraiser app. I can also get an auto check showing me the history of the vehicle. Really, really neat. So now I know that my Tahoe is worth about $30,000 and I'm in the $13,000 range, which is amazing. Now there's a couple other cool features that this car does. I showed you how the history works. It shows you where the auctions are that has these vehicles. So other auctions that have these vehicles listed, it shows me the lane and the run number that the car is at the auction. And it can also show me, I can search by year, make, and model, but even better, I can look at folders. So if I click on folders, I can create a folder for today's date, and I can save all the vehicles I looked at under today's folder. So I used to go through and handwrite everything. 2015 Chevy Tahoe, 129,000 miles, MMR is X price, this is what I want to pay, how many owners, how many accidents. All of that I can upload right into today's folder. So while I'm going through the auction, I can save these things and see what I'm interested in and what lane and what run number they're at so I don't miss them, and they're all saved into my phone. It is incredible. Now I just showed you how I used it on the Escalade. I used it for buying another Tahoe right there, and this Tahoe at the auction is an absolute score. So we're gonna bring it back to the shop and get it all cleaned up and go through it and figure out what it needs. So Laser Appraiser is in the link down below. Go try it out. I absolutely suggest trying it out. Yep, right down below to get a discount on trying out Laser Appraiser. Thank you so much, Laser Appraiser. Go try them out. It's amazing. I've been using them for years, and it's not just something that I'm promoting for like sponsorship. I use this product all the time.
All right, so that was part one of our Chevy Tahoe repo series. In part two, we're gonna bring this thing back to life, and teaser, we're going to sell it. It is definitely gonna sell in the next video. You're gonna find out if we, number one, lost money, unfortunately, and had some issues, or number two, made a crazy amount of money. I already know. So if you want to find out, you can subscribe down below, hit the bell down below to get notifications for when the video comes up. Otherwise, a thumbs up is always appreciated right down below as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Adios.